Hello, my beautiful humans. Welcome back. I hope you guys liked the episode that I posted last week. I think it was. It was a very beautiful episode for me to record because I was talking about the connection with the creator. I went and watched it again, and it was funny to see myself having those emotions within the episode. And I as I said, and I've said this in the past, like I'm sharing my story not only for you guys, but I'm doing it for myself as well. This is helping me heal. This is helping me understand myself even more, and it's helping me to move through certain things that I never thought it was possible. So that's why I keep doing it, and I'm freaking happy about it, even though I'm going through the process of it all. But anyways, today, after talking about that first medicine tool, which was the relationship with the creator, I want to talk about my second most important tool, which is the relationship with ourselves. Yes, we are going to be talking about self-love. Please don't go away. Please don't shut me off. Give me a second to try to take the taboo out of it. We think self-love is something that is not correct. We think that self-love is going to the spa and I'm just going to give my little self a pumping. No. This episode, we're going to talk about the self-love that is not that pretty. The self-love that really hugs all those versions of yourself from the past. Hugs that person that you look at the mirror and you go, fuck, I feel ugly. Those moments, that self-love, is about looking at yourself in your past versions and hugging the shit out of them and going, I understand why you reacted how you reacted, why you got into the relationship that you did, why you did this, why you made mistakes that you did, and look at them with compassion and love. That is the self-love we're going to be talking about today. So I hope that you guys take it to your heart. I'm really talking from my heart. Like, for me, talking about self-love, it was so hard because I didn't know what love was. What is love? For me, love was trauma, freaking damaging, crappity crap. And I had to learn from scratch what love meant. So for me, and I'm kind of going to want to start with a little bit of an exercise so you kind of think about it, really, what it is for you, love. Because when somebody asks me, okay, so what is the meaning of love for you? And I started thinking about all the things that I wanted to receive, I thought, well, for me, love is compassion, love is acceptance, love is nurture, and love is not that critical self. If I want someone to love me, how do I want them to love me? And then they made me do this exercise. It was related with obviously having a partner, but it just opened up my brain. It was like, so what the fuck? Wait, what happened? What just happened? So I started writing down all the things that I wanted from a partner. So I want this person to treat me like this. I want this. I want them to do this, da, 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 da. And then I looked at the list and my therapist said to me, well, now you're going to have to transform yourself in everything that is in that list. So what do you mean? Okay, so if you want someone to be compassionate with you, and that for you is the meaning of love, practice self-compassion with yourself. If you want someone to not judge you, practice not self-judgment on yourself. And it just opened up a little tiny door. I was like, oh my God, this is so freaking pretty. And oh my God, I'm doing everything wrong. Because I am so judgmental. I am so critical. What the fuck? Like, I would do 10 things perfect and one thing that wasn't that good, and I would just stick to that not good part. Why did I do that? Why da. This went wrong because of that. Rosa. I was just so freaking judgmental. That is the self-love that for me was my tool. Was looking at all my past versions and think that I've been in a 10-year marriage that was fucked up, and then I got into another one. That I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, seriously, like, Rosa, blah, blah, blah. Being able to understand that version of me who got into those relationships and say, baby girl, I understand why you went through it and I don't judge you. We needed to learn fuck if we learned. Oh my God, I was saying it to a friend the other day. She goes, you know, we were talking about my ex-boyfriend, and I said to him, like, I fucking love him. Like, I'm so grateful towards him. And she was like, what? I don't get it. Now, when he was such a mirror for me of showing me everything I didn't want. He showed me everything that I kept choosing on loop that I didn't really want. I was just choosing it because that's what my brain understood that was love. And that's not bad either. It is information for me to transform it. I always say that we have our conscious mind, right? Which is the one who kind of runs everything. You're not telling always like, heart, pump, send the blood to, I don't know, my liver. Hey, kidneys, I need a pee, filter the pee. We don't. Our brain just functions in such a beautiful way, and we use only like 10% of our brain. It's freaking crazy. But when we get one of those unconscious mechanisms and we make it conscious, then we can work on it. So what a beautiful thing when things get shown. At least that's the perspective that I've changed, and I think that has helped me to see everything with that love. To see everything as a stepping stone, if it is for me to get somewhere, or if it is for me to learn something to then get to that somewhere. And we're still in the process, and we're always going to be. So today, and this episode about self-love specifically, was taking that taboo out. Yes, it means sometimes going to the spa. Of course, you're giving it, but why are you going? I'm going to the spa because I'm stressed and I'm here and I'm there and I'm changing. I'm going to the spa because I want to pamper myself. I want to treat myself pretty. Today I woke up and I was like, I'm going to record today because I need to put myself now like deadlines because it's hard for me to do this, right? And I woke up and I had 3 pimples and I was like, what the fuck? Like, why do I have to have pimples? And then I caught my thoughts straight away and I went, so who gives a shit? I have a pimple. I am hormonal. I am human. I can have a pimple. And I laughed. I covered it up and you can still see it. And I don't give a shit. That for me is self-love. That for me is self-compassion. Because that Rosa wouldn't exist before. I would not record because I had a fucking pimple. How many times have you looked at yourself in the mirror and the first thing you go is, oh my God, I'm so fucking ugly? Have you ever thought, how do you talk to yourself? Ever? Like, stop it and catch it? We have, I don't know how many thoughts a day, but it could be over 1,000, even more. Let's say 1,000 just to keep with the number. So we have 1,000 thoughts a day. Do you know what those 1,000 thoughts were? Most of the time we don't. And mostly if you have a brain like mine, I could be sitting at a beach and I'm thinking about, I don't know, how bees have pollen. You know, what the fuck am I thinking about that, right? Now every time I have an intrusive thought or I have everything, I just look at it and I go, that was interesting. Why did that thought come to my brain? Maybe I don't find it relevant. Yeah, well, just let it go. That's okay. But that is self-love as well. For me, someone that has gone through so much crap, so much beautiful experiences, it has been a challenge to rewire my brain and manage and control my nervous system, right? Because that's practically how we create a reality. We think, we feel, and then we project. So once you, and I think I've said this in other episodes, when obviously you're not connecting and you're thinking and you're wanting, but you don't feel that, it just doesn't manifest. So for me, the feeling part was hard because obviously I was training my brain, but I needed to train my body as well to feel peace and to not feel in danger zone every time I was trying something different. And that's where self-love came into play. I was like, oh my God, this is so fucking cool. So obviously I'm thinking, okay, so I'm going to talk about self-love in this episode. What the fuck am I going to talk about? Okay, so like, you know, and I'm still not structuring all this, and I'm going to tell you all about it because I started doing this course, right? And then I learned that I was doing everything wrong. I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck? And I know it is because they want me to transform it into a business model. And of course, I've done business models before, and I am sales, and I'm an actress, and I've got all these fucking bomb of things that I could really make this into a very profitable company. But straight away, I started crying. And I kind of sat with myself and I thought, why am I crying? Like, why is this hurting me? Thinking that I have to make a business out of it. And, you know, and I went for a walk, and like I do that to try to get out of the box. And you know, I was talking to myself because I love talking to myself. It's another self-love tool. Why am I feeling like this? And then I just thought, fuck, I don't want to put a price on my pain. Like, if you tell me you're making a business out of my pain, like, there's no money that's going to justify everything that I lived through and all this stuff. And then I had this beautiful thought, vision, whatever. And I was talking to a bunch of people how do you call it, like in an auditorium kind of thing. And I was talking to everyone. I kept saying, imagine if I let my fears not take me where I needed to take. All of this, sharing my message to you guys. And I felt that you've helped so many people by being real, by being authentic, by having the freaking ovaries of talking about all your trauma, because nobody does this shit. People that talk about trauma, people that talk about all this kind of crap, now we're seeing a little more kind of coming out with kind of my story kind of type. But before it was people that studied it. Studied psychology, studied neuroscience, studied all this stuff, trauma, family systems, blah, 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 blah. But most of them didn't even know how it really felt, because talking about it from a perspective of experience, your body goes meow, 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 meow. And that's when self-tools come to hand. I was a person that I couldn't really even look at myself in the mirror. I remember they told me to do this exercise. Sit down in front of a mirror and look at yourself. Just look at yourself for a minute. Put the freaking timer, sit down in front of a mirror and look at yourself. Oh my God, it was so uncomfortable. So uncomfortable. Because I kept thinking and going, oh my God, my eyebrows. Oh shit, I've got this new. Oh my God, the pimple. I've got so many white hairs. And I was like, okay, let's get out of physical stuff. Let's go inward. Oh, you're a fucking crazy being. Why did you do all these drugs? Why did you get into relationships? Look at you, you're almost 40 and you've got, hey, stop. Let's change the perspective of it. Shit, you've done all this and you're just 40. Well, I'm not even 40 yet, but I just keep reversing to 40. Don't ask me why, but it is what it is. Milestone, you know, blah, blah, blah. Look at all this stuff you've done. Look at all the experiences you have. If you died tomorrow, fuck, you're going to take a bunch of shit and you can be happy. I made it. I survived. My hairs are getting white, yeah. I have a lot of experience. It is normal. It's okay. I did go to drugs. Those moments taught me so much. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. It was just experiences. That is self-love. Self-love sometimes feels selfish. Sometimes it feels even a little bit narcissistic. Because you're like, why am I putting myself first before anyone else? They need my help. Without me, they're gonna die. When you choose yourself and when you give yourself self-love and self-compassion, trust me, everyone around you, if they're in the same synchrony and the same vibration, they will do the same thing. And it is beautiful. It's a beautiful gift to give to somebody else. That recognition of their own self-love. And whoever fucks off, well, hey, they weren't supposed to be there in the first place. Or they were supposed to be there, but their time is up to keep moving. Loving those past versions of you, sitting with yourself with compassion, loving every bit of you, even the ugly parts, because those ones are hard as shit to love. Oh, the angry Rosa, holy guacamole, when I feel like I'm just getting bubbled up. Before I was like, I can't feel angry, I can't feel angry. I'm a spiritual being, I shouldn't feel angry. I should understand all this shit. No, it's an emotional body. I'm going to feel emotions. I sit with my anger now and I look at it and I'm compassionate with it. It's okay. We'll feel anger. It's okay. It's an emotion that has to be there. I can't repress it. Most of people that die from really bad illnesses like cancer and all that bullshit is people that never work through their emotions. And your body is the last manifestation. Whatever your body is showing, listen to it. That is self-love. When was the last time that you had a headache and you just went and took a Panadol or whatever just to take it off, but you never sat with it and thought, why am I feeling this headache? What is my body showing me? That is self-love. And you would go, well, how the fuck am I going to diagnose a migraine? Think about what you were doing. Think about what you were talking about. Think about what you were thinking. Which is a hard one because you're like, what the fuck was I thinking? I don't even remember what I was saying. But those recognitions of yourself, that compassion towards yourself, that acceptance, that love, that made freaking second best tool ever. We're going to be talking about all the tools and stuff that are a little bit more out there and more exterior tools. But I wanted to focus these first ones on our internal tools. First, my connection to the divine. Second, the connection to my own self, my own body. This body is like a car. You need to put oil on it and water and keep the tires, and you need to do your registration and all this shit. It's the same thing with your body. This is the vehicle that is taking you in this ride. This helps you to understand what you're putting in your mouth. What are you eating? What are you drinking? What are you consuming? What's the same series and movies and stuff that you like and you're watching and you're doing? That one's been a hard one for me because I used to love, and I still love, but I try to control it a little bit, which is crime documentaries, because I've always loved how people's brain work. So anything to do with somebody that thought different, acted different, I was fascinated with, because I wanted to understand why people go through same situations, and some people go that way and some other go that way, and there's so much in there and so much information. That is self-love, is being aware of what you're giving to yourself and what are you projecting outside. It is hard when you're living around the world. And I said it to a friend, they go like, I want to go and live in the mountain and not have to deal with anyone. And I thought, well, if I did that, if I was a monk while I lived in the mountain, nothing would bother me, because I've got freaking self-control and regulation now. But that's not the whole point of coming to Earth, isn't it? Is being able to regulate yourself in those moments that feel hard as shit. Is regulating yourself when you're rushing and you're going somewhere and you're late and someone's cutting you in this traffic and you're going, oh my fucking God, when your nervous system is going cookie, 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 cookie. Those are the moments where you grab yourself and you just chill. The world's not going to end. If I get fired from that job from getting late, well, fuck it. It wasn't my job. I always say I'm always on time for anything I do. And I'm always on fucking time. Again, the way we talk to ourselves matters so much. I want to leave you with a little exercise. For one day, or even if you want for 1 hour. Because we always have to start small and then it gets bigger. It's really hard to control all the thoughts that come to your brain all the time. But try to analyze a little bit of what it is, that how you're talking to yourself. Because we go, oh, I always do the right thing and I'm doing this and I'm doing that and blah, blah, blah. But then my ulterior thoughts are always, see, you're a fucking idiot. Oh my God, you're going to be late again. You always do this. Oh my God, you're going to record it. You're going to say that without planning. See, you're a fucking shit. See, they told you all this podcast stuff that you were doing wrong. Why don't you just change it? Think about what you're thinking. Catch your thoughts. Go, interesting. That's what I always say. Sometimes I don't even try to give them a meaning. I just go, oh, interesting. And that's when I told you all the stuff about Patricia and all this stuff, right? And all the parts, which was very interesting work to do with this new psychologist I was seeing. But then it's not only about putting the part to put in here and whatever thing. All around, it comes back to the same simple freaking thing, which is have compassion with what you're thinking. And if you see yourself thinking, oh, I'm a fucking idiot, stop it and go, hey. Sometimes you have to say stop so your brain listens. Sometimes a clap, sometimes something. Get yourself out of that thought and stop it and go, no, I'm not stupid. Maybe I am reacting how I react at different times, but hey, I just caught it. So I can change it now. And it takes little tiny steps, little tiny steps. I always say step by step is not slow. Step by step is step by step. Because we always want everything now. I suffer with that so much. I still say suffer because it is a challenge for me to see all the change that I've done in my life and not feel that I am where I thought I wanted to be. So I was like, why, if I'm doing all this, if I've left addictions, if I'm not drinking, if I'm not going out, if I'm not doing this, if I'm focused on this, if I'm doing that, why the fuck don't I have the life that I thought I wanted? And then I had to pause myself a little second and think, I am so focused on the end result and I'm not focused on the process. And this is where I'm learning the most. And now that I can see it from everything that I've gone through, I'm like, it was so necessary to go through all the steps. Because now I've got a lot more information to share, and that is okay. Maybe I'm not going to go and make a business out of this podcast from here, I don't know, in a fucking week. Maybe not. It is something that I want to work on as loving as I can. And everyone can tell me whatever the fuck they want to tell me. At the end of the day, I'm the one who makes the decisions, and I'm compassionate with myself, understanding that this is not an easy task for me and that I will get there. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll die tomorrow, and all of this will just say how it is. And it's okay. It is okay. Nothing's going to happen. Sometimes I think, fuck, am I going to be doing this job for the rest of my life? Like, what happens in 10 years? I'm going to be 50. In 20, I'm 60, and maybe I'll die. You know, it is the type of thoughts that it comes to our brains sometimes. But we don't stop them and go, why am I thinking I'm going to die in 10 years? I could die tomorrow. So why am I worried about 10 years? That's what they've keep teaching us, and that's what we grabbed, and it's okay. If we don't like something, we can always have the power of changing it. I've always had this on my Instagram, and I never understood why. It just came out, and I go, everything is possible. With a little bit of work, with a lot of work, with a little bit, a little bit. And depend on how you want to see it. For me, my self-love thing that I'm working on right now is authenticity. To a girl that was always taught and said and pointed and whatever and judged because I was too much, because I was always too much in every fucking sense. Me showing who I am is the biggest work of self-love I'm doing. What is yours? Have you ever thought about that? Take a little bit of time and think, what does it mean, love for yourself? Then give all that to yourself. And then think, what is my biggest challenge within self-love? And be compassionate and work towards it. For me, it's authenticity. For you, maybe it could be you feel alone and you want someone exterior to give you that love that you can give yourself. And then have a beautiful love with someone that does the same thing to them. So you're two complete people. being together. Become your complete. Love all of you. Even the bad, even the anger, even the pimple, even the shitty parts, even the stupid comment you made, even the bad decision you took, even that version of you that supported freaking abuse and whatever shit. Love it. Love it. I've tried all these episodes to put me hugging younger versions of myself, and I can thinking, fuck, it's so cool that I've got AI now and I can do all this and my brain can wrap itself around it, because obviously it's easier to see something, physical than, well, it is digital, but you can see it, so it's different. I thought, fuck, that's so beautiful. I choose to see the bright side. I choose to see the loving side. I choose love every day with myself, with everything I do, with everything that I talk about. And I think this is one of the things that you guys can see from my podcast. And that's why I'm not listening to all these people telling me what I should be doing. You don't know what I want to do. I prefer to talk from my heart. I prefer to have that connection with you, to show myself as vulnerable as I can and tell you, I am not perfect. I don't have it all figured out. Trust me. I have a lot of information that I'm sharing because of all my lived experiences. A bunch of books that I read, but mostly my experiences. I said to you in the last episode, and I'm going to finish with this. I know I've said this a few times already, but I will. I kept asking God, I was like, please send me signs. Like, I really want to understand what it is that I'm going through now. And then things would appear in a book, in a movie, in a song, in a TikTok post. And I would smile and I'd go, fuck, that's so pretty. I got my answer. That is self-love. As well, getting our nails done and getting our hair done and getting all pumped up. That is self-love as well. Don't get me wrong. It is, and it's totally necessary, but for the right reasons. I'm going to paint my nails because I want to see them all pretty. Not because, oh my God, what are people going to think if they see my nails as afflicted? Change that perspective of it. And do it because you love yourself. And I want to be pumped up and I want to be ready. I hope this episode can bring you a little bit of peace if you're going through a tough moment, if you're super judgmental on yourself, to be aware that you're being judgmental. And by the times that you can never create a beautiful reality if you're not loving yourself. You won't be able to love somebody really if you don't love yourself. It all starts with you, and then it projects outside. If I change, you change. If you change, everyone changes. We're part of that collective awareness. And that is beautiful, because that takes the whole narcissism, selfish thought that we think is self-love. It's not. It's saying no when we want to say no. It's not going to that place when we don't want to go. It's not accepting our non-negotiables, spiritual, physical, whatever non-negotiables we have. Do you know which are your non-negotiables? What you don't like, what you do like? For me, it was hard work. I didn't even know what color I liked. Didn't know what music I liked. I always kept saying I like it all, because I was always liking what everyone else liked. So I was accepted. So I had to do it from scratch. Write it down. Talk to yourself. Understand yourself. Love yourself. And be fucking authentic. Everybody else's personality is taken. Just be yourself. I send you all the love in the world from my heart to your heart. I hope this episode brings you a lot of love, a lot of self-compassion, and a lot of happiness. I will see you in the next one. Huge kiss.